And I cannot imagine my granddaughters being in the locker room or the bathroom and having a male walk in there.
Happening in Louisville today, Republican candidate for Kentucky Governor Kelly Craft doubling down on her support for Senator Max Wise's sweeping anti-trans legislation that has now become Kentucky law. Wise is also her running mate in the crowded GOP field. Well, WHS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez is covering the campaign for governor and talked to Craft in Louisville today during a campaign stop in Anchorage. Isaiah, the anti-trans law was actually being passed right about the time she was here. What did she tell you about it?
Well, Doug, it was actually just a couple hours before the majority in both the Senate and the House overrode Governor Beshear's veto. Craft has been outspoken in her desire to empower parents as it relates to their kids in school. But when it comes to gender-affirming surgery, she says that's where she draws the line. During one of many campaign stops on her kitchen table tour, it didn't take long before the former U.S. ambassador to the UN, Kelly Craft, talked schools, specifically restrictions now etched into state law by Senate Bill 150.
Parents need to have the rights to be involved in their children.
Knowing her stance on this, I asked about parents who may feel neglected or overlooked by the law. What about the parents who may feel alienated, who do want gender-affirming care for their kids and do want their kids to be called by the pronouns that they prefer as well? What about those parents? What do you have to say to them?
What I care about is making certain that that surgery is irreversible. And we have to put the child first. We have to put the healthy and the safety of the child first. And I am very supportive of Senate Bill 150. It protects our children. I want parents to be able to have the opportunity to discuss the books that are being read, to have the right to be involved in their child's education. But I'm not going to stand by and allow a parent to make a choice about a surgical procedure that is irreversible.
Groups like the Fairness Campaign have warned lawmakers that suicide and depression rates among transgender youth will go up as a result of this legislation.
This is happening to children everywhere. And as governor, I'm going to make certain that we put all the necessary resources to help our children that are struggling.
So you don't necessarily feel gender-affirming care would help?
I am all about making certain that our young adults, our children, that we give them all necessary resources for mental health care.
And I also asked Craft about sports betting in Kentucky and House Bill 551, which would legalize, regulate, and tax it. She says as long as kids are protected from it and there are regulations keeping folks addicted from racking up debt, then she's behind the idea. As of right now, House Bill 551 still has to pass through the Senate in order to head to the governor's desk. Doug.
Isaiah, thank you. The GOP primary has 6 candidates in the running, including Kelly Craft, the current Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Eric Dieters, Kentucky Auditor Mike Harmon, Somerset, Kentucky Mayor Alan Keck, and Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles. The primary election is just around the corner. It is May 16th.